Drag shows are sexually explicit and expose children to issues of sexuality and identity that should be reserved for adults.
There are going to be drag shows where we do not want kids in the shows, okay? We're not trying to say that all drag is good for kids.
The American Civil Liberties Union, or ACLU, has filed a lawsuit against the state of Texas regarding a law going into effect on September 1st.
Senate Bill 12 bans sexually oriented performances in public spaces where anyone under 18 is present. Now, a sexually oriented performance is outlined as a man presenting as a woman or vice versa, effectively banning children from attending drag shows. Business owners who host drag shows could be fined as much as $10,000 and face a year in jail.
KVUE's Eric Pointer is following the story for us this morning.
Joins us now in studio. Eric, how have people been responding to this lawsuit?
Supporters say that it will protect children, but opponents who filed the lawsuit call it unconstitutional. Plaintiffs say that they have experienced financial loss, threats to their personal safety, and censorship because of the impending law. Now, the law doesn't specifically mention drag performances, but local politicians have made it clear that the law is intended on restricting drag performances in the state. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick has said the bill would prohibit sexualized performances and drag shows in the presence of a minor. Visual performance is not defined in the law or elsewhere in Texas law, according to the ACLU. So they say that it could apply broadly to a number of different art forms like theater, dance, musical, or others. The lawsuit claims that SB 12 violates the 4th and 14th Amendment. One Austin-based drag performer who joined the lawsuit, Bridget Bandit, says that drag has uplifted the community and no one should be punished for expressing themselves through drag.
Nobody should face intimidation or violence for attending an event that celebrates drag. And parents, not the government, should decide how to raise their kids. I'm joining this lawsuit not just for myself, but to protect everyone from the threat of our state trying to push LGBTQIA Texans out of public life.
The nonprofit Texas Values responded with a statement that reads in part, while the legislature's intent to protect kids is clear, the motivation of these LGBT groups to expose children to sexually explicit shows is not. We will defend this law against any and all frivolous attacks. Now again, this new law is set to go into effect September 1st. It is unclear if the lawsuit could delay that, but people around the country may be watching to see what happens here. Other states like Tennessee, Kentucky, and Montana have also considered state laws that would put limits on drag show performances.